Okay, for those who were in the class, I undid some of the things that I did in the class. So now we start from the layout again that I finished. So let's start doing the DRC. So we click on DRC, and then you give the folder. And we need to find the technology. So we will go to the same folder, tabs, cadence, and then GPTK, and then CDS-FFmpv 1.1, okay? And then we choose the PV library. And we choose PVS, and then we submit the job. So we're running for DRC, we got some error. It was not a good practice in my previous video that I did not turn on the DRD edit, which can help me if I do notify, post edit, right? It can help me a little bit, but I did not do that, which is fine. So we can practice how to use how to debug, right? Let me make it full screen. Okay, so let's do this one by one. Maybe let's do this first, right? NWell SP1, right? So we have an NWell here. If we just do the use, and then we look at this NWell, right? So we have NWell in the PMOS and the NWells for the tab. There's some distance, right? So you say that the minimum spacing should be larger than 0.162. We can either move it further, or what I'm going to do is just add an NWell to connect them. Okay, so I just click here, left click, so that I don't see this error message. Then I click on NWell, and then I'm going to say create, shape, one more time, create, shape, rectangle. And I'm going to draw a square, a rectangle from here to here. So I'm going to Control Z, zoom in so I can get better alignment with the edge, right? And then I will just go the way to here so that now they are connected. Okay, then I save it, zoom out, Shift Z, or use the middle button, the scroll key on your mouse. And I will try to run one more time. Okay, I just say we run. And hopefully this will be gone. Yeah, it is gone. So I have one less problem. Then maybe let me look at this metal 1X, okay? Minimum metal M1 area. Now, this is the issue here. If I click on this, what I can do is click on each of them individually. The area of the metal is too small. So I need to increase the area. Okay, if you do the calculation, if I try to extend this to higher, then it will solve the problem. Okay, so I will just do this now. Again, click outside this area, then I won't see the highlight. And I'm going to, not a good way, but just for this class, I just quickly click on M1, and then create wire. Right, I just want to solve this problem. But if in the future, this is important to you, I mean, in terms of parasitic resistance, you want to do it in the right way, make it just enough, okay? I'm doing something not that good. I'm going to click on here, and then I just extend it, okay, to save my time. Right, so when I'm extending, I can click on the arrow key to go to the right. Okay. Double click, then I have this, right? Again, I use the scroll button to zoom out, and then I actually can use the middle button or the scroll button, press it down, and then drag out, right? And I have the same problem for the bottom metal, right? And then use Control Z to zoom in, scroll button to drag up, Control Z, drag out, maybe Shift Z to zoom out, right? And then I continue to create wire, right? Again, metal 1. This is easier for me, save my time, so I do this. The best is actually extend it upward, and then escape, save it again, right? So now I'm going to run rerun the DLC to see if this will solve the problem. So it was 14, now becomes 12. The metal error is gone, which is good. Okay. Then how about this one? LiPo3. The minimum width needs to be larger than 0.04. That was the one I've been mentioning. I've loaded, I violate the rule, right? So I click on here, and then cannot see it. Let me zoom out. Click on here, and then Shift C. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just turn off everything. Click on this V, right? Turn off metal also, and only turn on the L. What is this area? LIP, right? LIPO poly, right? So it's talking about here is too narrow. Okay, so but let me just go over all the error. This is here, this is here, this is here. So it is talking about the same structure that I drawn, which is not appropriate. So let me see again. Minimum LiPo length larger than 0.04. So this one needs to be larger than 0.04, right? So I can use the ruler, just type K, escape first, and type K, right? And let me try to measure. Just turn on everything, and then type K. Yeah, and then I try to measure from here to here. It's only 0.024. Maybe that's why you complain, right? So I try to make it all the way to 0.04. Not enough. One more time. Shift K to erase the ruler. And then again, I'm going to use K. And then click on the edge and try to see where it is 0.04, right? So, and then I click on it, 0.04. Same for this side. K. Click on it. 0.04, right? But then it's going to extend all the way to there. So maybe that is not a good idea to just add something, right? So what I'm going to do is just Shift K to erase the ruler. I want to move this part. This is the parts that was the weir, right? So I'm going to type M, click on the part I want to move, and try to shift it to here. Why don't I shift it such that it touch here? And then let's see what happens. So if I move to here, let me just only turn on the L poly again. Then they are not connected. However, now I can extend this one, right? I can draw a box to connect that, right? So I'm going to highlight L poly, and then Control create shape rectangle, and then Control Z zoom in, and then just use the arrow middle button, click on it, and then move it, drag it, and then I just draw it like this. Okay, then they are connected, right? So I save it, turn it on again, and then zoom out. And then now if you look at the L poly, right, it's connected. So what I'm going to do is just run it again. Okay, rerun, and hopefully this 4 will be gone. Looks like it is gone, right? But it come up with a new error, VOSE. V0 to Li poly spacing need to be larger than 0.024. And this is just because I just move it, right? So let's see what's going on. So let me zoom out, right? Shift C, and I turn off everything, only turn on V0 and poly. It's talking about here needs to be larger than 0.024. So it just means that I need to move more. So let me just move more and then fill it up. Okay, I type M, click on it, and then we just move more. Okay. After I move this, I need to fill up the gap. I type S and move my cursor on top here, and then stretch this out till they are connected, right? And then I turn on everything again. And then we save, and then try to rerun the DRC, and hopefully this 2 will be gone. Yeah, they are gone. So now I only have 9, right? So let's continue. What's this LPO poly W3? Minimum length larger than 0.04. So this is another problem, I believe, or no? Same problem. Okay, so even this is not enough. Okay, I did not pay attention to this. So let me just turn off everything, only turn off the poly, and then type K to do the measurement, right? Click on here, and all the way here is 0.092. So this is not enough. So I have been doing something wrong, right? I need to continue. Just do it again. Need to be larger than, what's that? 0.04. Isn't that I have larger than 0.04? 0. Isn't this is already 0.04? Right, so this is strange. Let me take a look again. What is the error? Minimum Li poly length larger than 0.04. Let me zoom in. Of course, they're connected. So let me make sure they're connected, right? So again, I will use connectivity, net trace, add, right? And then put it here. Is it connected? Yeah, it is connected, right? So right click on it, so then I have a trace, so I want to remove it. Connectivity, net trace, remove all. Okay. Then why? It is 0.04. Let me see. Why it say that it is not long enough? Minimum LIPO length large need to be larger than 0.04 micron, right? It's talking about top to bottom, okay? Because you see, I think so, right? So let's see, K, and then let's try to measure. This is only 0.03. So what I'm going to do is to extend this one, okay? Up and down, okay? So first I try to remove this highlight by kicking outside. And then I will just do that. And then I'm going to do a ruler. So 0.04, I just need to add 0.05 at the top, and then another ruler, and then 0.05 at the bottom, right? So that's what I'm going to do. Then I'm going to do escape, and then S to stretch it. It's difficult to see. And also here. Okay, however, it's difficult for me to stretch the cell, right, the wheel, but what I can do is just stretch this one, right? I actually do more than what I need, which will increase the parasitic capacitor, but that's okay for now, okay? I want to save time. And then let's just rerun. We look at this, okay, it is gone. I think so, right? Now then we still have this problem, the same. The width needs to be either 0.3, 0.3, 0.04, or 0.05 for the width, okay? So what is it talking about? Let's just turn on everything. It's talking about this part, this guy, right? So I need to extend the width, right? If you look at all of them, we also have this one, the bottom, and then this one. So it is too long now, right? So we need to solve it. My width actually is too long, okay? So let's do this one by one. I just click outside, and then what I'm going to do is just only turn on the poly, right? And I will click outside so that it's not highlighted. So this is what I'm going to do, K, and it's 0.04. So it's discrete, right? You either 0.03, 0.04, or something. So what is that? It asks for 0.03. Okay, I did too much, but do it again. Okay, I only want to go to 0.03, right? And then I'm going to escape, and then type S, move my cursor to here, and then I extend it. So this part should work, right? Let's just check. I save it and run one more time. So I expect this will reduce, it does reduce from 3 to 1. Then I click on this. I still have one more to solve, which is this one, right? So that now depends. Because it is either 3, 4, 5, right? 0.03, 0.04, 0.05. Let me see what to do from here to here. So I actually don't know what exactly it is. So let me just do a K. Does it mean that we cannot even go to, is it at most we can go to here? Is this what it means? Or it means from here to here is 0.05? Right, so I don't know, but let me say it is from here to here 0.05. Then because of this, this was a cell, right? If I turn this on, this is the cell. Then it means I need to move this guy. Move again so that it is here. Right? This is the cell that comes with it, right? I need to stretch this guy again. This is the one I drawn to here, so that from here to here is 0.04, 0.05, right? If you turn on everything, it is like this. But is this what it means? I'm not sure, but let me run. We need to look at the DRC, right, the menu. But I don't have the menu with me. But obviously, this is not enough, right? If you look at here, if I highlight this guy, it actually talking 0.05 from here to here. So I have no choice, right? So we do need to move everything to the right. So I'm going to do, so what, Shift K first, delete everything, and then K, and then I'm going to press here, and then do 0.05. It means that the wear cannot exceed this 9, okay? So let me do it, M, click on the cell, and then let me keep moving. Oh, not this one. Let me do it one more time. M should be this one. Yep, so now it is 0.05, right? So let me save and run again. I think it's maybe we are going to have problem with this part, but let's see what it says. Rerun, and then let's see if it has something new. I have even more. The width has a problem now, right? Because now this is really need to have this, and then okay, and then we also have a spacing problem. So let me fix the width first, okay? Still, this part, allow width value. So let me see, did I do wrong? So, so click on here. What built-in is already more than that. So what did I do last time? Sure. Value for this one is only 0.03, 0.04, 0.05. Okay. So let me try one thing to make sure. This is done by me. Delete it. Is this? Okay, this is something I'm not sure, but I think what I'm going to do is just to avoid this by pulling everything to the left. Okay, so this is what I will do. First, I just delete my metal one. Oh, this one. Undo view. I will delete this metal one. Right, and then move the whole thing to the left. Control Z, zoom out. Okay, and I still think that I should wire them. Right, so I'm going to connect because they're connected, so there might be some issue. Let me make sure. Let's see. The wire. Let me just check this to make sure this works, okay? Because it doesn't make sense. Maybe just because. Yeah, with this, then it is gone. Okay. So yeah, so for that we actually need to read the menu to understand the exact meaning. But here I just randomly do that, and it is gone because obviously it doesn't like to have something that is too short. Maybe I misunderstood the statement, but let me just do the connectivity, create. Now I want to use the metal one, create, wire, wire from here, and then connect them together, right? Okay, then I save and then try to run DRC one more time. Then this one should be gone, the newly introduced error. So I do still have 3 error, right? And now I look at this. Minimum poly to lipo extension is larger than 0.01. So it's talking about here. Okay, so so let's look at this, right? Let me click outside. If you zoom out, right? So this is the poly and this is the lipo. You want it to have some overlap, right? So then it means that I should have just moved this guy a little bit to the right, right? So I'm going to do that. M, click on it, and then just move it to the middle. Okay, and then I'm going. Of course, you need to do it well as a good layout, but I need to be rushed, so I just do it in this way. Then I press S to stretch this guy, right? So that they get connected. Okay, and save it, and then run one more time. It's done. So I have the last one, which is allow width values for Li active, right? This is this one. Okay, so it's talking about the width value of Li active. Is it talking about the top or bottom? Maybe it's, let me see what it is, right? So I type K, and then this 0.032. How about this one? 0.65. So I need to be confused what it means by allow width value of Li. Oh, no, that is, let me make sure this is what we are looking at. Okay, so let me turn off everything, right? Talking about this one. Okay, I assume it is this one. So let me just increase this to, I assume it is top and bottom, right? let me just increase to 0.04. So if I try that, this one 0.04, I mean 0.004, here 0.0, right? Then I'm going to click outside, and then I'm going to use this escape, and then S, done, click on it, done, save it, and run one more time. Okay, now I have another error. Minimum L active to poly spacing needs to larger than 0.04. Okay, so now if you look at this and look at the poly, so I mean, let me highlight the error, right? It's talking about this one. Okay, so it needs to be larger than 0.04. Let's look at the rule. 0.019. So that is a problem. Okay. So I need to shift everything to the right. Is that right? Is that what it means? Minimum L active with width equal to 0.04 to poly space need to be larger than 0.04. Okay. That would be troublesome, right? If that is the case. So, but is that just because my poly is Y? How about let's make the poly thinner? No, this is 0.03, not 0.04. Oh no, we're talking about the poly, I see. Minimum L active. So this is the poly, I'm sorry. So this is the min active, right? So this is talking about this one. 0.0, this is still 0.04. Oh, but then this one is 0.04. So I think that's strange. Why don't I just move the whole thing here? Because now the metal is here, right? So you see, I did not plan it well. I'm not experienced, but now this is giving me trouble. Maybe I should just put the contact here. Okay, so I'm going to delete this one. Just move this whole thing from here to here. Why don't I do that? Then I don't have the big Y. This is 0.04 active, right? And Li active, right? So by doing this, let me check to see if that works. That works, right? Minimum V02 Li poly need to be larger than 0.02. Okay, now it's not happy with this one. The distance between this guy. That case, let me take a look at the cheat sheet, what we did before, right? We actually moved this one pretty far away. So let me just do that, right, to save time. But then why I didn't have that problem before? Maybe the poly is too out this time when I'm doing this, right? So maybe I will just reduce the poly width to try to solve the problem. So let's move this one back. Let's move M, click on this one, and then I'm going to move this back to here. Then I'm going to draw another L active. shape, rectangle. So let's do this. Did not even measure it. And then I'm going to recess this one, okay? Recess this one so that the distance will be long enough, okay? The distance between this guy and this guy. So I'm going to, let me just check it one more time, right? I save it and then run it. I should get the minimum distance requirement from poly to this Y region, right? Same, right? Okay, I have this error. I can only have 0.03. So instead of drawing it, I'm going to do this. Click on this object, right click, and then property. So my goal is to make this 0.04. So one more time, property, 0.04, apply, okay, save, and then run one more time. Here. Now then it is the distance problem, right? So the distance need to be more than 0.04 because this part is treated as a very wide one. So what I need to do is, again, I click outside so I don't see the error. And I'm going to do stretch. This is the VOC. I remove all of them and only leave the poly. And then now S again. Then I can put on here. Careful. This, I don't need this one. Let me just delete this one. Okay, and then S. Okay. It's going to normalize like this. Into view. We can just move it and instead of stretch, just move inside. Like for example, right? Just as an example. So now with this, that is far away, right? So let me run it again. It's not good layout, but okay, still have the problem. But which problem? What problem now? The overlap need to be larger than 0.016, right? I don't have enough overlap. 0.016 should be here, right? Something like here. So let me do it again, stretch. And again, you turn off everything so that I can highlight it. And I say stretch, 0.016. Save it, see all of them, zoom out, Shift S, Shift Z, and then let me run it one more time. Okay, we don't have error anymore, right? So we'll just F, then I see everything. So I have completed the layout. Okay, so we are done with this. Now I want to do LVS. I go to PVS, LVS, one LVS, and it goes to the bottom. I just give up any directory, call it LVS, rule, and then again I need to go to the folder, go up, apps, and then cadence, GDPK, again the same tag library, and then we choose again PVS. Now we want to do a few things which is very important. For output, make sure, is it output? Input. Make sure you select test geometry plus test, otherwise you will have pin issue, right? LVS option, not LVS, actually output, you also want to see it, create Qantas QRC input data so you can do post layout simulation. Submit, then yes. Now let's see if we are lucky, okay? Yes, right? Empty, clean. If you open, I have successfully do the LVS. Okay, so we did a good job. So okay, good. Now I forgot all the procedures, so I have a cheat sheet to go through, right? To see how to do the post layout simulation. First, we choose QRC and run PVS Quantus. Pre-inverter, right? Everything is the same, just default. CDS, right? And then you go to the next page. And then say you press OK. And you have the setup directory, apps, GTPK, right? But you want to run the typical, okay? We assume it's the, so in a semiconductor fabrication process, right? You have variation, and sometimes it's typical, sometimes it's corner, sometimes it's fast. So you need to be careful about this. But here I'm not going to see that. I just type, right? It take me time. You can go to the folder and do it slowly. QRC, typical. Okay. You also want to choose extracted view and libraries, FinFET, everything just like this, nothing special. And then click on extraction tab and extraction tab, which is this one. And then select the below options, right? I want to use RC, like you can do different, only extract resistance, extract capacitance, or more, right? We only extract RC. Another, the refer note is that we do it to VSS. Okay, what else do I need to choose? Then you just say okay. Okay, you say okay, then you say it's in progress. This is running. Let's wait a little bit. It's doing the parasitic extraction. Also, right, to see what it is doing. Okay, it said completed successfully. Then you just close the log file also. Okay, so now this VSS, maybe I need to do it again because we're using V capital SS, right? I don't want to take the risk. So let me do it one more time. Set up quantum, not this one. QRC, run previous as quantum. Okay. And yeah, I need to type the stuff again. It would be 1 and then QRC typical. Typical means the normal corner, right? And then I go to the extraction. I want to be careful because I use capital, so let me just use capital. We also use decouple, by the way, right? So those are decouple capacitors are decouple, and just say okay. Okay. Overwrite the previous one. Okay, yes. And then we just let it write, and then we can look at the log file. Let's just wait for a little bit more. It's running. Let me prepare for the next step. Right, and then let's confirm it. SVTB folder. The netlist from SVTB, which we're not going to see to do that. And then you can also open AV extractor view, right? But anyway, I want to do the post layout simulation. Close it. Okay, so what do I do next? Right? Now, create a new config cell view. Okay, so what you want to do is go to edit, new, choose from here, but actually I create a new config cell view. Let me just do it, choose one by one FinFET. Let me just call it inverter test bench. This will, let me just go config first. And this is by itself is config, right? And then a new tab, say OK. So now I have this. And I want it to do is to follow the instruction here. I want to use the spatter. So this I need to click what view and then schematic. That's interesting. I don't have the schematic. Use template. I can't use template. And then I say spatter. And you should have everything. Right. And then view. That's interesting. I don't have the schematic. How come? Oh, okay. I think inverter. Inverter I have schematic. Okay, that should be the inverter TB. Then I have the schematic. Okay, so I did something wrong. Sorry. Okay, so for this one, I think I should use the one that I created before. Right? I should use the one that I created previously. Right? So in this video, I did not tell you how to create a schematic, but you can refer to the 45 nanometer training material for that. Okay, so anyway, let me close it, do it again, file, new, right? So I should actually use the cell, right? Let me just look at the TB. This should be called, just change it so that I will be, I just click around so that I can change it, okay? Cell. So I need to make sure my spelling is correct, right? So earlier I already created something called inverter test bench, right? For example, let me just open. I have something called inverter, which is again wrong spelling. But I'm going to use this one because spelling is wrong, but I call it inverter T test bench, inverter T test bench, right? So I'm going to FinFET inverter T test bench, and then I call it config. Okay, then from there I do have schematic, right? And then from the use template, then I choose spatter. Okay, right. So maybe before I go for, let me see, and spatter, and I will just say okay. Then it appear as the following, right? Let's just see everything looks okay, right? Inverted test bench and then inverted, right? So I'm going to save it. Okay. Okay, there was a glitch, so I will open the file again. First, I go to open, and I know it is test inverter underscore TB, right? So I'm going to open the config, okay, which I set up already. Say okay. Okay. Now, then from here, I will try to run it. It opened this for me, right? So I launch ADEXL from here. I create a new one. Okay. Overwrite what I had before. Then I click on here to the test, right? To start a new one. Here I don't want to start from here. I want to start from this one. Is it this one? No. Oh, how come it's here? But anyway, okay, then I start from here. Again, test bench. So what I need is 10 nanoseconds of simulation. I also want to probe it from design. This is the input. This is the output. And then I go back, say OK. Right. And then I let it run. Now then I run into problem because it say that they're redefined. They were already defined here, right? That is because I have multiple libraries. I go to set up model libraries. I need to uncheck the 45 nanometer so that I can use the FinFET one. Okay. So when I done that, then I try to run one more time with this one. Say OK. Okay, then I get the plots, right? So this is the input is the green one, and this is the output. I set it up so you have a ramp rate, and then the output will go down slowly, right? 1.14. Now, however, now I want to see the effect of the parasitic. This is the post-layout simulation, right? I save it. Okay, so I have AV extracted. Then I come back to the schematic here. Due to this config, again I launch ADEXL, which is here, right? So actually I should come back to here. And then on results, in this LVS, I should have used another one, not this one. But let me just go back to here. And I will I thought that I can overwrite when I do the plot. I just run it first, okay? Let me just run it first. Yeah, I run it first, actually. I just run it and just wait. Now it take longer time, right? Because I have more, the netness is larger. No, but yeah. Instead of replace, I say append, okay? And then I say just plot. Now, do you see that? If I try to zoom into this region, the random is the same, right? But the random becomes lower because now I have parasitic. Okay, so that is how you compare the pre-layout and post-layout simulation. Great.